Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Southpole Soul. My name is Gladys. This is your weekly pick a card reading. I try to avoid too much looking into the future because I feel that the future is an unknown, really. I'm not psychic. I try to read the cards, read your story, and then see what lessons they are for you. And that is my focus, to help you do your spiritual growth. And if that's what you like, if you are here for your personal growth, this is the channel for you. And if you like the way I read, please share with like-minded souls. Please subscribe. Please give me a like. Every like, every comment counts and will help me grow my channel. I will present you with 4 options, and then you can decide. You trust your intuition. Sometimes it's just a gut feel. Sometimes you have to take a bit of time to look at the cards. Sometimes it's a color that you're drawn to, or a stone, or the number on the card. So trust what comes for you. So your groups are Group 1, Groundhog Spirit, and the number is 31. Group 2 is Eagle Spirit, the number is 23. Group 3 is Otter Spirit, and your number is 42. And Group 4 is White Raven Spirit, and your number is 66. So choose on the basis of what colors you're drawn to, which animal feels like it's calling you. I think it's important with this one to feel into your heart what you are being drawn to, what your guidance is. Could be through the number or the animal or the colors. So I'll give you a moment. Welcome back, Group 1. You've chosen Groundhog Spirit, and it says time to let go. You have a 3 and a 1, which is a 4, which could be something about stability. And with the numbers being separated into 1 and 3, it's possible that you are moving to a lone state from a joint state. It's possible. Let's see what the cards say. Okay? Something's ended, beloveds. Something's come to a complete end. That's what I'm getting from, especially from that card. Next. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So I'm feeling that this might be about relationship. Doesn't have to be, but that's the strong. Well, you come in with the 4 of Wands, which is about stability, that 4 again, right? So it's possible that there was a relationship. You may have thought it was forever. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, it might be like love is gone, or the feeling of love being gone, like the other person has walked away, no longer loves you, or you no longer feel that love. But you have the Victory card here, which suggests that maybe there's still some passion in the relationship. That's interesting, right? Then you have the Knight of Coins. That's kind of stability or slow movement. There's a big ending, and Eight of Pentacles is something that you've worked long and hard on building, but it's in the reverse. I'm getting mixed messages here. So something's come to an end, I feel. Maybe so that you can move to something new, but something seems to have ended. It could be a negative aspect of something that's ended. Let's see as this unfolds. With the Knight of Coins, it's something slow. And there's lots of coins here. So there's maybe a heavy energy has been around in this relationship. And maybe the movement towards that change has been slow. Maybe it's changed very slowly. But I see the victory here, and maybe I'll get a terrifier. It's a life with this in the reverse, like because that relationship might have been solid, there's no need to put any effort in it. Maybe the two partners haven't been, or the partners haven't been putting effort in. The Five of Cups is that card of, is the message of, you know, I always say with this depiction of the Five of Cups, it's like this person is creating magic. They've seen the spilled milk, the spilled blood. Oh, it's interesting. And they are letting go of what doesn't work and seeing the two cups that are standing. And there's this new beginning on offer. Wow, this is such a, like, this reading is so backwards and forwards, like new offer. But with the Ten of Pentacles, it's almost like letting go of this old relationship, maybe, and moving to something new. Wow. So perhaps there is a relationship that's changing. So we have the Four of Wands. It's like, and the Knight of Coins. You know, sometimes this can be something that's moved too slowly. But it's stable, slow and steady. But with the Five of Cups, where are you placing value? Maybe that's a question you need to ask yourself. I'm just going to take a moment to read one, because this is a bit of a mixed bag. It was a loving relationship. Maybe it's been slowly eroding. Something's not been working. Perhaps love, the partners haven't been expressing their feelings towards each other. I'm going to get a clarify for the victory card because it's an odd segment. So let me get a clarify for each role after this. But something's ended, right? And it might have gone, that ending might have come slowly. So this could be that love was offered elsewhere, either by you or your partner, and then something died, leading to a new beginning, maybe in the same relationship. But with the Ten of Cups and coins in reverse, feels like maybe with a different person or a new beginning on your own. And maybe that's what the advice is. With the victory, perhaps that was what the expectation and hope was for victory in this relationship. Maybe because so much hard work was put in, but it's almost like that hard work's come to naught. And then you have the Lovers. And it's so funny when this Lovers showed itself. The first thing I thought was choice, which I don't normally think about with Lovers. And in any case, in this card, it's not showing choice. But that is a feeling. It's almost like you are having to make a choice about something. So let me get a clarifier for each role. I must say, the first two readings were so smooth sailing. And then, so you did the Hermit. He holds the light for the first role. Ten of Branches, something's being heavy, so it needed to be let go of. And there's your choices again. It's and beneath the deck you have the Three of Swords in reverse. So something was painful, but healing is happening. So with the Hermit, you know what I'm feeling is that the ending doesn't have to be an ending, can be a victory. An ending of something that was beautiful and it's ended can still be a victory. Because perhaps the partners need to move to something new with this Ace of Coins. So, okay, I'm feeling like the Ace of Coins is a new beginning that's come out about because of an ending. And the ending is with an old relationship. But it has to end in order for a new one to happen. That's what I'm getting. And this for me is this person, you maybe. Normally, this person in the Five of Cups is looking at the 3 cups that have spilled and not looking at the ones that are being offered, the ones that are standing. In this, it's like you've woken up and you can see the 2 that are standing and letting go of the ones that don't serve you, that are not good for you. So, beloveds, I feel like that is what's going on, that there's an ending going on. There's definitely an ending. And then the 10 of branches, the 10 of wands in the reverse is letting go of a burden again for that row, right? And in this row, you've had that slow movement that culminated in an ending. It's like maybe a slow erosion of the relationship culminated in an ending. And maybe the feeling of non-victory is related to this. Oh, we've put so much work into it. But actually, if it's too much work, then it's not happening, right? So you get that 10. So making that decision helps release the burdens. And I'm not, if this doesn't feel right for you, just choose another group. Then this group is not right for you. But if it feels right, you know that if the messages are right, you know in your heart, if this is a relationship you've been going through, that it feels like to me, you already know, you've already let go of the burdens, you already know that you have to make certain choices. A choice could even be choosing to change the relationship. But that's not what I'm seeing in this. With the Hermit in that top row, it's a need to go within. I think you are wanting something that feels like victory. And maybe your Hermit is your guide. You're needing to go within to ask yourself, what does victory look like for me? Because that victory is significant for me. What I'm getting is that often with prescriptions by family, we talk about staying in something for the family, for the expectations. It's all outside expectations. And sometimes we feel they are ours. And so stay stuck. So I think that you need to be working with these 2. Your keeper of light needs to focus on what does victory look like for you? What does it feel like for you, beloved group 1? I think that's such a nice exploration. That's the Hermit. The Hermits, the Hierophant is at the bottom. The Earth energy is coming out quite strongly, even though we are now in the time of Pisces, right? Yeah. So I feel like your hermiting needs to be focusing on what is victory for you. Now, I'm thinking here's another thing, right? Let's say this is not work, not love. Let's say it's work or passion. You was passionate about something. With the Queen of Cups in the reverse, perhaps you got bored with it. You started not loving it so much. And then it made you start questioning what victory is. I'm working towards my victory, but I'm bored, whatever. And then slowly something ended, something ended, could be your passion, or something didn't work out, but you're still having this dilemma of, I put so much work into this. That was my victory. It was supposed to be my victory. That's the feeling I'm getting. So maybe your work is with the Hierophant, with the Hermit, looking within at what does victory look like and smell like to you. It's like a vision board exercise in a way, but at a very deep level. Now, what I see as positive here for you is that you have learned, you are learning what is working for you and what you're learning not to cry over spilled milk. You are, but you are still learning that. I'd love, you know what I'd love for you to do? Just look at that, look at this card, play with this card a little bit and see what it evokes for you. There's the cups, that's the 5-pointed star, 2, 5, the pentagram, I think. And what do all these things say to you? That to me looks like the Hermit. Right? If you are holding the 2 cups, play with that. Just journal about it. What are the 2 cups? What are the 3 cups? What is the pentagram saying? What is the Hermit energy? And the waterfall? What do these symbols evoke in you? And maybe that can be your inner working with the Hermit, is that? And then also looking at what is your victory. I just want to remind that whatever you've done, if you're feeling that you need to move to something else, maybe you'll come back to this. Let's say if it's not about love, a relationship. Let's say it's about a passion project that didn't work out. Now you're questioning what victory is. But victory is in the upright here, so it's saying it's there. And it could be then that an aspect is done, say, and maybe a lesson, and especially you've got the 10 of branches above the 10 of swords. So maybe there's a lesson that has come to an end so that you can have your victory or see the victory. I know that's, I'm confusing things now, but this reading is quite confusing and there's so many different things that you can draw from it. But there's something that's ended and you need to look at what that is in this particular thing. But just the reminder that whatever has ended, it was burdensome to you. It could be a thought, it could be the way you think about and see something that is changing. And maybe that's the time to let go is letting go of a negative way of seeing something. So, beloveds, okay, and then I'm going to draw other cards. There's this two-mindedness again. It will come to the clarity. And with the Lovers, it's again the two-mindedness, you know, because that's the card of Gemini. The choices, there's something that's two-minded. But there's this offer, there's this new beginning that's happening. Maybe you can't see it yet. But what I feel the message is this, playing with this and seeing what comes up for you. But I feel the other message is working with the Hermit to go within and look at what victory means for you. What does victory mean for you? And I'm going to get more clarifiers and then guidance. And maybe something else will come forward. So it does feel like something's ended, could be a relationship, so that you can make choices that are right for you. So you can choose the 2 cups. It's possible that you've learned those lessons of the 2 cups. Please remember that whatever mistakes have happened or something that didn't work out, it was just part of your life journey. And along the way, you learned so much. Trust that. It could be that you're simply taking a pause on something, because I see the victory card there. In order for you to come back more invigorated. It could be that there is another offer on the table that means you have to walk away from that one, work-wise, maybe even love-wise. You have a relationship has come to its end and something new is waiting to offer itself. But I feel like that's a nice not even a nice thing. I think that you will unlock some beautiful things there. Sometimes the answers are not answers. Sometimes the answers are go and do this. In fact, most of my readings, I will always ask you to go and do some work. And for me, this one is so classically an issue or a question of you going to do some inner work, which is so much more empowering, trust me, than me giving you the answers. You get the devil. Here's your power, dear beloveds. You have the power to craft something, to look in at the shadows, and that's what the devil is about. The curandera of fire, it's like the wise one, the magician of fire, you know, teacher of earth. That's okay. So, a lot of earth energies in all the readings, I think. So you get the devil, you have the hermit, the lovers. Okay, with the two key cards, the devil, that's going into the shadows, going into the shadows, going into the shadows. You, I believe, need to be doing some magic work, going into the shadows, confronting fears, confronting what are your hopes and fears. Sometimes when we think of victory, it also puts the fear of hell into us, right? I want that, but how am I going to achieve that? So you need to be doing that inner work. The curandera of fire is the king of fire, but in this deck, it's like the ancient one, the wise one, the magician, the one who can create these potions. I'm just thinking of my friend Joe, who is now, he has his little company called Resonate Well, and he's creating these potions and healing tinctures and stuff. That's what the curandera of fire is, like the magician energy, but the magician in maybe even temperance energy of creating, being the alchemist. And then you get the hijab earth, which is the page of coins. You have that slow moving energy. The page is also about that offer again of something stable. So whatever's going on, there's stability, there's this power that you have. And I think this is why this is not neatly being wrapped up. Group one, you are being guided to go within, to find specific answers for you. They are related to what victory means for you, either in a relationship or in a lovership, or in a project that is close to you. That feels like it's ending, but might not really be ending, or maybe it is ending, but it's for you to try something new. Maybe even you will come back to it, or perhaps it's not. Maybe it's going through a cycle of a rebirth, relationship or project, right? But the lesson for you in this message is to do the hermiting, work with the hermit, work with the devil. The devil is about looking into the shadows. It's about seeing your shadows. The hermit is your guide into the shadows. Sorry, group one, this is so awesome. Actually, let me show you your power cards, right? You have the hermit as your guide to go within. So you know you have your inner light shining, but you're going in to look at the shadows. That the devil is our great teacher. You're going in to look at the shadows, to look at your fears of victory, your fears of your own power in the devil, your fears. Now, there's the other power card, the curandera of fire, and you are being asked to go within, shine your inner light. Look at your power, where you are not acknowledging your power and your alchemical wisdom. And alchemy doesn't have to be working with tinctures. It's working with your own inner wisdom, and I think it comes down to this card. This is your magic, working with this card, but you're using the safety of the hermit to go within. You're using the lessons and the shadows of the devil to go within. You're knowing that the devil has something to teach you in the shadows. You're trusting that. And you're knowing, I think, that whatever comes out of this, you are alchemizing, you are creating something new to apply to this situation or to a new one. That's what I feel, like a new aspect of you. I think it's very powerful, group one. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I feel it's because it's very powerful. Please trust that. I'm trusting that. I'm letting that go because I think that this is guidance that you have, that play with that and use these powerful energies to help you in this situation. But at the bottom of it, it's like a new aspect of you. You are uncovering a new skill, gift, way of thinking, project, way of looking at a project, way of looking at a relationship, way of being in a relationship, or a way of being to welcome in your new relationship that is based on equality, or helping you make this choice. Okay, beloveds, let me leave it there. I keep saying that I'm not going to provide, but I feel like I need to close it. But it's all good. Group one, awesome reading. I hope that helps you. Please share with me how that sat with you. If you like, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and share with like-minded souls. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. Send you lots of love for the week ahead. I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group two. You've chosen Eagle Spirit, and your number is 23, and it says Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back. Maybe I'm looking at the numbers 2 and 3 makes 5, and 5 is about change. So perhaps you are undergoing a big change. Let's see. Hierophant is a 5 again. Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop because I want to use different cards. Beneath the deck, you have the Hermit. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. Group 2, I feel like there's something to do with love, but there's also a financial thing. Look at the 2 of Cups. Perhaps that's what you're walking towards or working towards. You have the Hierophant and the Queen of Coins and the 8 of Swords. So there's kind of a mixed bag here. That's talking about stability. It's talking about knowledge. There is also this notion of balance, the red, white, the sun, the moon, right? The masculine, the feminine. And so the Hierophant might be speaking about some very stable structure in your life. And that's the card of Taurus. And the Queen of Coins is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And there's Virgo again there. So you might be an earth sign. You're quite likely an earth sign, or have a lot of earth in you, but you are dealing with something. Yeah, you know, you have the coins again there and the coins there. And for me, this is talking about feeling alone, maybe. You know, the 9 of Pentacles is about like a bittersweet kind of independence. Because you can see she's quite wistful. in the reverse, I'm thinking that you are not enjoying this being alone, and perhaps you are longing for a relationship or walking away from a relationship. Maybe a relationship has ended. There's some change going on in a relationship, I feel. It might be related to money. And I think it's also related to this feeling of having been caged. Perhaps even both partners with the Two of Cups there have felt a bit caged. And perhaps that's a natural thing for relationships. If this has been a long-term relationship, for people to go through that. Sometimes it is a foretelling of the end, depending on how partners feel and what they want to do. And sometimes it's simply a need for some kind of change. But let's see what the cards say. So you have the Magician, and you know what that's telling me is that you have the power over the situation. You have not power to abuse. You have the power to change this in whatever way. If you want to heal the relationship, you can do so. And if you want to walk away, you can do so. I'm aware, I'm very drawn to I think this is the caduceus, is what it's called, but it's associated with medicine and with healing. And I know I said heal, and I think that what it's relating to, and I'm getting caught by the two, the red and white, the red and white, and the red and white in there. So there's something about a partnership I feel that's very significant here. Sorry, you can't even see this Magician, but the Magician has what I feel is that you have the ability to stay or walk away in a way that is healing. It doesn't have to be nasty. And you have that power to heal the relationship, whether you walk away or stay. There's that feeling of discontent there. And I feel with the Seven of Coins, this is something that you've worked hard on. It's something that has been a long-term thing. So maybe you're hesitant to walk away. Now, when I look at this last row, I see mystery and fear. There could even have been something that went down that was not honest in the relationship. But who has never lied, right? Because I'm seeing love and I'm seeing love. So there's your two there, right? There's your two, and there might have been a threesome, but it doesn't mean it's not salvageable. What I'm seeing is whatever is going on, there's love in present here. It could be that that's ending so that you can move on to something else, but there's an offer of love. Let me get some clarifiers. You get the Devil. So there's the earth energy again. Oh gosh, here we go. Reverse and read this way. I'm wondering why it's not feeling complete. The Hierophant, the Magician, and the Moon, and you're having this role, all are major arcana. So the Hierophant is about this institutional thing. I mean, this could be about a study situation where perhaps you've been feeling stuck and caged, and maybe you are going through a major change. Maybe you are bored with your course of study even, but it's something you've put a lot into. But you have the ability to change whatever this is. There's a feeling of this great change that's taking place, I feel. And it is to do it could be to do with marriage or work or studies. But here's the strongest energy for me is this thing of the Magician, that you need to trust that you have the power to make this work however you want it to work. If you are bored, you can do something about that boredom. If you need to change tack, you can do something. It doesn't matter that you have put a lot into it. That's not wasted if you are definitely needing to move to something different. Do you know? There are lessons learned there. And then you have the moon card. And I think that in this scenario, it's telling you that you're afraid. You have fears. And again, this thing about the Pisces comes in because Pisces, it's a water sign, and I associate it also with the moon. Yeah. But there's also strong earth and there's strong water elements here. So you could be this earth sign, this stable person, and perhaps that's how you see yourself. And you are used to seeing yourself. If I've started something, I'm going to stick to it. Something like that. But there's something that you are not happy with. There's something, it's possible that you've always told yourself, I am independent. I don't need anyone else. I don't need a partner. But you are not satisfied with that. But it's really hard for you to talk yourself out of that conditioning that you've conditioned yourself with. Because there's this Page of Cups, which for me is this offer, which has maybe made you feel like your freedom is your cage, maybe, right? Because isn't it interesting? This card is very much like, it's like the beast nature wanting to come out. So you're caging your beast nature. Think about that. There's definitely something you've worked hard on that I feel you might be afraid to let go of, so that you can have, it's like moving from a one-sim to a two-sim. If it's studies, it might be something that required you working on your own to something that requires you working with another, you know, and that maybe fills you with fear. It might be that you are moving from an institution to something, from one kind of institution to another, like from studies to the working world, and that makes you feel afraid. Studies, you were a loner, and you've been doing that for 7 years or whatever the case might be, and now you're moving into the big bad world. But there's this caged beast energy that I find fascinating, that is trapping you, that I think you need to get in touch with. Yeah. And then you get the 9 of Fire as a clarifier. And this is that, for me, is always that thing of something that you see as a burden has all your lessons within, all the so-called mistakes. Every one of us has made mistakes. So all your mistakes are also lessons. You've learned something from them. That's the 9 of Wands. You also get another 2 earth energies, the 2 of earth. And that's the 2 of coins, that trying to balance stuff. And then you get the Devil. So you've got 2 very powerful cards here. Well, a lot of powerful cards, but the 2 that talk specifically about power. Even the Hierophant talks about power, that institutional power. The Magician is talking about your personal power to change a situation. And the Devil, let me think about the Devil, what it might be saying here. You can poison someone or not, or a situation or not, right? Let's not tempt you to do some illegal things, but you can poison a situation or not by your, this is a head stuff, by your thoughts, through your thoughts. So it's about using your power wisely. The Devil can also be about being addicted, right? So you could be addicted to, not addicted, but maybe stuck in one way of thinking, and now you need to move to another. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I think you need to think about your power, your Magician power, which is power to create. The devil is our great teacher. That the devil was an angel. Lucifer was an angel that was cast out because they challenged authority, had a different view, but what the mythologically, right? Lucifer is the light bearer of light, because the devil helps us look at the shadows within. It's our great teacher. So there's something, and I think that your shadow that you're needing to look at right now is your fear of change, maybe. Yeah, you are two-minded, and I think that your two minds are about the old and the new. So perhaps your week ahead is about confronting your fears and owning. Both of these are about power, owning your power. You are going to change, I feel, group 2. So I'm going to put these in the upright because they are advice cards. Then owning your power. The Empress, I mean, I feel like I should just leave it there. That's really beautiful. There's earth energy, Taurus energy again, but earth energy more than. And wow. So you continue to walk towards your stability. Whatever's going on, trust that that's still very, very present, that you are still working towards your stability. You get those cards. Right? Don't be afraid of that. There's so much earth energy. Trust that grounding. You have the Earth Mother, which is about abundance. So that's abundance, that's abundance. And look at the Leo card, the card of, and here it's called Ruler of the Open Heart. And this is so significant because yesterday in a workshop, or not a workshop, I was working with an organization to think through just a reflection on their process. And this card came up, the Ruler of the Open Heart. And very much what it was saying to me in that situation is what this ethos, the ethos of this organization is a gentle strength, so much so. And here, I feel like your gentle strength needs to be turned inward. And how is by, this card is the card of ego as well, but that's not what I'm seeing as the main message. Look how sweet this card is. It's about protecting, knowing that you are, Spirit has your back. Maybe Spirit is the lion in this. So trust that. I think that your week ahead is about trusting. Perhaps you can do an exercise in looking at your fears, writing down, journaling. I think that journaling is key for everyone this week. Journaling, what are my fears? What am I afraid of? What am I afraid of moving from there to there? What is it that's holding me here? That's the one question. The other question is, where do I feel caged? What's making me feel caged? And what would make me feel free? And then maybe the question is, what is beneath the surface of my fears? What can I not see that is making me so afraid? And I think you'll find it's something to do. Well, I don't want to preempt, but maybe it's inner child work. It's something to do with that, but whatever, you let what come. That's what I think. And then in this work that you're doing, draw on Spirit. See the lion as Spirit. That's your beast nature, but I feel like in this card, you look at the gentleness of that lion. Know that Spirit has your back. Know that you're being protected. That's you, and that's Spirit protecting you. And protecting you because of that gentle inner child spirit nature that you have. And trust that this is part of your process. It's like wow, this is the other thing. So you have, I feel that's the in-between card. You're working towards your stability. The 4 of this is also associated with the twin flame, but the thing about twin flame is that balance, right? Between masculine and feminine, the divine masculine and feminine. within, first and foremost. You're working towards your stability, but I think you're needing to work. Call on the masculine aspect of God and the feminine aspect of God. Know, while you're doing this inner work, draw on those. I'm loving that the God energy is so gentle, but it's powerful, right? And remember your power, sorry, and just have to bring you back to the power of the magician and the power of where's the devil gone to? There it is. No. I'm not used to seeing the devil as a plant. So that power as well, the power of being able to go into the shadows and confront the fears. So group 2, I'm not going to go on, right? There's so much you can take from there. Sift through that and take, even if you want to do one practice, that's also okay. Or you want to do all of it. But no, call on this just as your protector, as your guide, to help you feel safe with Mother Earth and Father, on Father Earth, however you see it, Father Beast, Father God, Father Lion energy, Mother Cow energy, however you want to interpret them, see that as the masculine and that as the feminine. But such a gentle masculine and feminine energies working with you. Okay, beloveds, I hope that helps. Please share your feedback. Let me know how that sat with you, what the change is, how it's working for you. Give me a like if you like this, and share with others, and subscribe if you haven't. I send you lots of love for the week ahead, group 2. Bye. So welcome back, group 3. Your card of choice is Otter Spirit, and it says, you are never alone. Your numbers are 4 and 2, 42. So perhaps there's something about stability that you're concerned about, and maybe in love. But let's see and look at the card beneath the deck. Let's see what your messages are. So your cards, let me just look at this for a moment. What I'm getting here is, it feels like perhaps this is related to work, and you're feeling like you want to walk away from some work situation which has felt maybe unfair, or maybe in not suiting you, not suited to you. Perhaps you want to write, but you are stuck in like a 9 to 5 or something like that. That's just an example. But it could also be you're stuck in a job where you're feeling there isn't the kind of cooperation that you like in a work situation. Or it could be that you feel you want to walk off and be on your own. It's almost like you would like to make an offer, but you are, at the center is this card of indecision. Like you are undecided. I feel. And perhaps you are juggling. Are you in or are you out? And perhaps that's the question that's on your mind. What you have is also the 9 of Swords. So perhaps some release will come. Perhaps you will go within And some release is going to happen, because the Nine of Swords is endless worry. You bring in your head, you're feeling there's all these things you have to fight off. And perhaps that's an indication of this work or some kind of environment that you have been in, that it feels to me like you want to walk away from, that hasn't suited you. And it feels like you want this new beginning with the Page of Swords. You know, the Page of Swords there, I'm seeing here this mighty sword, mighty intellect maybe. And perhaps you are using that mighty intellect of yours unwisely. Perhaps it's you're wanting a new start, but you're very undecided about it. Very undecided. And needing to speak your mind. Needing for some clarity. I thought that was reversed for some reason. It's not. You have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Can you see that? Like the Knight is facing that way. So the Knight wants to make an offer. So the warrior in you, the brave part of you, wants to move forward and make an offer to something new. And the childlike part of you, the Piscean part of you, maybe, there's something Pisces about this cup I'm feeling. And the new moon today is in the sign of Pisces. So you might be a Pisces. There is some gentle energy here. But the Page of Cups is facing that way and almost wanting to make another offer, or maybe remain where you are. So it feels like there are choices that you have to make. And look at these two pages sparring. So it's almost like you feel you have a heart and passion choice, a choice between something that you are emotionally attached to and something that you feel passionate about. Very interesting. And then in the center, you get the Pisces card. It's so funny. Before this, I thought, should I say something about Pisces for the group? Because I felt there was a message, and then I forgot. But I kept thinking about the Pisces card, which is the High Priestess, is the one card. But I always associate that card with Cancer. The other card that's associated with Pisces is the Hanged Man. So perhaps you have a lot of Pisces in you. You're dealing with the Pisces, or you are Pisces. But there's something about maybe this time of Pisces, today is the new moon in Pisces, that perhaps you need to be thinking about this from a different perspective. You know, the Hanged Man can also speak about sacrifice. And sometimes that sacrifice is simply maybe time. It could be sacrificing an energy. But let's see what comes up, because this is really fascinating. So it's a very fascinating reading, I must say. So here's this push me, pull you. When we were little, there was this animal, and I think it was Dr. Seuss. I know there's lots of controversy about Dr. Seuss. I love Dr. Seuss. I've given successive godchildren and my aunt, nieces and nephews, I've gifted them Dr. Seuss, because I grew up with Dr. Seuss. There are some of his characters that are so deep, so for their time, like the ones that are challenging. The Thneeds talks about deforestation, and there's one with the stars, the Sneetches, which I love. When I came across it, I was just so blown away at this need to other. And that's really what that story is about, othering. I'm thinking of the Push Me, Pull You, and I don't even know which book it was in, but I was, as a little girl, my parents used to read it to us. And the Push Me, Pull You had two heads. So one wanted to pull one way and one wanted to pull the other way. So that's what it feels like to me, that you have this dilemma. And look, there's the fish, the sign of Pisces again. The Pisces energy is strong. There's some reason for you that the Pisces energy is strong, either because you're a Pisces, you might be dealing with the Pisces, you might be very Piscean in your nature, which is like gentle and soft. But the other thing about the Pisces is that finding it difficult to make a choice, being a push me, pull you, because they try to see both sides of the story, very much like Libra. So you get the Knight of Cups wanting to move forward, and check the Knight's arm is on their hip, like, I'm going for this. So it feels like 1 minute you go like, oh yeah, I'm jumping now. And then you have a rethink. And it could be, because of this Page of Swords energy within yourself, it could be your mind that is making you unsure. There's a definite energy of, should I, shouldn't I? The Page of Swords, I spoke about this mighty intellect, but sometimes our intellects can get in the way, right? If we are too head focused, we are too much in our heads, that can get in the way of us making the choices. So can you see that cup is going that way? And this Page of Cups, the Page of Cups, that more childlike side of you is wanting to go this way. Very interesting. And I would say that the warrior spirit wants to leave and the page wants to stay. Maybe because there's something to do with your inner child that feels safe where you are. And I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. Let's see what advice comes. So you get the Three of Coins and the Two of Coins and the Hanged Man, which is also 3. Wow, 3, 2, 3. The Hanged Man is 12, so it's 3, 3, 2, 3. See that vacillation again, 3, 2, 3. Wow, I think that's the main energy in this reading. That's all I can say, really, almost. But like I said, it's like this Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is about this working together for a common cause. You have it in the reverse. And it's possible that you're feeling like you are no longer working for a common cause. It could be you love this space where you're in, but you're needing a retreat. I mean, it could be that you need a little break. It could be, and what I'm feeling is a need to move away. However, please take it as it feels. If you are happy where you are and you're not feeling this urge to move, then what it suggests is take a break. Take a break, ask for a break. If this work or whatever situation you're in needs a break, it could be a lovership. You can lovingly ask for a break. You can lovingly take a little retreat, a weekend away, go to the water. There's a lot of water here. Do something for yourself that gives you a break from this head energy, and then you can come back fresh and be able to make that choice. Can you see the page, the Two of Pentacles here? This person is balanced on a beam and at the same time trying to juggle these two balls. With it in the reverse, in the upright, I'm seeing it as managing that, but just barely. In the reverse, those balls are falling. I love the dog bringing the lunch. So it might be, it really could be, it's some kind of institutional space that you're in, like work or studies, or mainly work, I see, where you are perhaps needing a break. That, or you're needing to move on. The Hanged Man is such a loving reminder of the need to maybe take that break and then do some chilling and thinking about this anew. Let's see what kind of advice for that thinking. I think this is the main energy that you are being guided to. I think, and reminding yourself that you are never alone is such a wonderful thing. And I'm seeing before now that stability. So whatever you're doing, it's about building your stability. And 2, it's about partnerships, whether it's love or work relationships. Then with this, I feel like this reading, whatever you've come to this point, and I think you're about to let go of these swords. And I think that this reading is about helping you let go of those sleepless nights. The sleepless nights can be literal as well, where we agonize about things unnecessarily and then we don't sleep well. What I'm seeing here is the need to talk. the need to talk about this break you need, or this need to move on, or this thing that you're not so happy about. Perhaps you're feeling a lack of passion now with the Page of Wands in this situation. But there's something about this Page of Cups energy, it's almost like the space, that this space nurtures you. It nurtures your inner child, and that's why you are hesitant about moving on. So let's see what comes up. Let me see, what deck shall I use? Oh, I was planning to use this one to clarify this one that I've been talking about. Let's see. Ace of Air. Wow. Strongly suggesting a need to be clear, to speak truth. Wow. So we get the Ace of Air, again, this energy of speaking. So speaking truth. Ace of Air is the Ace of Swords. So you definitely need to say your piece. If you're not happy in a job, you need to speak about it. There's the Fish again. And the Hydra of Water is, oh gosh, the Hydra of Water is this Page of Cups, again in reverse. So let me think. I was saying maybe this space nurtures your inner child. It could also be that, given that you have the Page of Cups twice, that you're feeling it's no longer nurturing your inner child. And that's why you want to move ahead. With the Chariot there, you're feeling this need to move out. And I think that the Chariot is representing your page of your Knight of Cups. The Chariot is the card of Cancer. One of the cards of Cancer, the Chariot. So that's also a water sign. And I'm not saying you are definitely a water sign. You might have water energy, but the water, the correlation, the Knight of Cups with the Chariot, Cancer. So let's see what advice we get. That's that's clarification, but let's get some advice. Spirit Animal Tarot. Advice. But the advice I'm getting, a break is needed. Now the break could mean leaving. I'm feeling a sense of you needing to or wanting to leave. But first, just take time out to look at things from a different perspective. You might well still decide to leave. Okay, here's what I'm getting. Perhaps this was a very nurturing space before. That's the one scenario. And perhaps it's no longer that nurturing space. 1, 2, it could simply be that you are no longer being fulfilled by this joint energy, this collective energy. We sometimes need, many of us in the collective spaces are, and we require that collective, but we also require the retreat. And perhaps your energy is wanting that retreat. It's wanting to do its own thing. It could be that it's wanting to do a bit of both. So you think about that, and why not? Why not have a bit of both? Let's see. That one, that's the Queen of Coins. So, beloveds, what I'm getting for you is you are working towards your stability. Whatever you're doing, you are working towards this Queen of Coins energy. The nurturer who nurtures yourself, you are so abundant. Also, you are able to nurture others. 10 of Coins is that happy families, is that stability. And it's the 10, as opposed to the 9 of Coins, is stability with an other, with a partner. 4 and 2 That's what you are working towards. You know, the other thing that could be going on here is love in a work situation. So that's just another element that is a possibility here. But you are working towards that most definitely. But there's something you need to free yourself of. And it might be this unhappiness in this particular situation. So my suggestion is for the week ahead, it is the time of Pisces. It's the new moon in Pisces. New moons are about welcoming new energies in. I would suggest that the minute you get to listen to this, you start working with the Hanged Man, work with this energy of the Hanged Man. This light doesn't work well at close quarters, but I think it would be nice for you to see this card nicely. Work with the energy of the Hanged Man. Look how the thing about the Hanged Man is being joyfully suspended, allowing themselves to just say, okay, how have I, what aspect, how have I not looked at this? Is there a new way I can look at this? For example, you're feeling you want to move on, but you're still attached to this situation. What about a compromise of that break so that you come back refreshed, or of a little bit of both? You could be in a job where you say, I love this job and it's about building my stability, but I also need to build my sanity. So in my job, there's so much collaboration and I need just a little bit of me time. I need a little bit of time for my research, time for this. Is it possible for me to work and do my own thing on the side? Does my work allow for that? Can it allow for it? What are the conflicts of interest? Speak about all those things, because you do get this. So what I'd like to suggest to you is work with the Hanged Man this week. Think about what freedom means. Maybe when you think about the Hanged Man, one of the things you can think about is, what does freedom mean to you? Because the Eight of Swords is about freedom. What does freedom in this situation mean to you? What is the best scenario for you? No, not what is the best scenario. What is the best feeling? And then from that feeling, what I think you're needing to feel what's right for you. You've got such feeling cards here. And what is the feeling that, when you think about freedom, what is the feeling inside you? And then work backwards from there. And do this in the state of the Hanged Man. So I would say you work with the Hanged Man every day and just journal every day, and just see what comes out by the last day, the 7th day. Try that and see how that works for you, beloveds. I'm going to leave that there, and I hope that helps you. Please give me your feedback. Please comment in the comment section if you can. Give me a like, share with others, and subscribe if you haven't. I send you lots of love, Group 3. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, Group 4. You've chosen White Raven Spirit. Let's see what the messages are for you. You've got the master number 66. 6, love. I think of the lovers. I think of balance, stability. And I love that. Trust in the magic. Let's see. Oh, love. New beginnings. It's upside up. Wow. Wow. Oh, what the effing hell? Oh gosh, now I've got my cards all mixed up. Okay, 7 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. Let's see. And there's the Hierophant wanting shot. I think the Hierophant is peeping at everyone this week. Group 1, I don't know. Group 4, I don't know what's going on here. Something to do with giving and taking. Giving an equal give and take is of concern to you right now. You have the Ace of Cups. And in this, the Ace of Cups, it's emotional, a new beginning, a new emotional beginning. It's so much that rather than a new relationship, it could well be a new relationship, but this for me is a fruitful new emotional beginning. So it's possible you are moving into a new way, heart health, a new way of seeing things, a new way of being in emotions. And you know, I get here that it's because of some hard work you've done. Your ships are coming in. Something is changing for you because you've trusted in the magic. I'm saying that because this whole reading is so powerful. It really is. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning, ending. Not ending, completion, a wrapping up. And there's the Caduceus again. Something powerful going on for you, Group 1. A 4. Why do I keep calling you Group 1? Beautiful, beautiful energy. Your ships are coming in. Something you've worked hard for, beloveds, feels like. It feels like you worked hard for, and there's a new emotional beginning. And I feel you are starting a new emotional journey, like you are leveling up emotionally. And it's beautiful. Now the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is upright. And so maybe this will make you happy. It's like you've done that. It's almost like the waiting is over. That's what I'm getting from it. Because something's wrapped up. You've tied something up successfully. You've wrapped up a cycle. You might not even be aware of it, but you've wrapped up a cycle. And this equal give and take, you know, it could well be a relationship, right? Because that's also about partnership. But you've wrapped this up so that you can start something new with the Fool, new beginning. And it's about trust. You've trusted. Whatever's been going on, you've trusted. And now you're being called on to trust again, but just at a different level. Beautiful, Group 1. And here's your beautiful Ace of Wands. It's passionate new beginning. Could well be with love, but you take it as it sits with you. It could be love, it could be a new business partnership, it could be a new project, it could be a project that suddenly has a new idea, has a new injection. This is passion and ideas and newness. Something new begins because something has ended. A cycle needed to end, it feels like. The Wheel of Fortune. Sorry. And there's another new beginning. That's another one. New beginning. So the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you've gone through this cycle and now a new promising cycle is coming into being. This is about your hard work. And in the reverse, it's saying, maybe you can take a little bit of a break now. Maybe whatever's happening, you can take a rest, even if it's a mental break. Or maybe you're about to start something that's going to require so much attention to detail. With the 7 of Cups, you have choices, lots of choices. And that is the double-edged sword of growth, of soul growth, is the choices, and then learning from the lessons before to make be discerning in making those choices. And then you have this new beginning, like heart and passion, emotional new beginning, passionate new beginning, surrounding this energy of this ending, this completion. And it's not ending, it's a completion, something neatly wrapped up, something that came to its powerful conclusion. And I really feel like it's not something tangible. It might be, it might well be that's something you can see, but perhaps it's esoteric in that it's deep down that you're going through this huge change, this huge transformation, and it's beautiful. And so part of you, it's like deflating the skin, you're shedding a skin. Maybe it's like the snake, that transformation. That's what I'm feeling. The other way is that you've come into this new week with an open heart, and you've been doing that open heart work, and you're just offering your heart in a way to life. And because of that, this new cycle, the cycle ends, the cycle of whatever's been going on before, a cycle is coming to an end so that you start a new, passionate new cycle. It's your ship's coming in, you've put in the work, you've done that hard work, you've put in that work, and now this new beginning happens. Your ships come in. And to me, it says that one of your worries might have been a way of giving, and perhaps you've always been, you give too much, and you've been concerned about an equal balance, and perhaps now that balance is coming in. I feel like you might be pleasantly surprised, or you might see this new thing that's happening within you. Please let me know. And the Wheel of Fortune in the upright is just that new cycle beginning again. It's just confirming this new cycle. And with all the cards around it, I think it's a powerful new cycle. There's something about the Eight of Pentacles that I want to get to clarify what it means. With the Hanged Man, I feel like you've been making a lot of sacrifice. You've given up something you've stuck to something that you believed in, I think. And you've given up, you've made the sacrifices, and now it's saying you've done that there's almost a weight that is over. You can come down from that sacrificial space that you're going to be. This is very, like I was saying, esoteric. It's very intangible. I feel it's happening at a very deep level. And I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it so that you can see the proof of it, or at least you can feel that energy, beloveds. Because there's this full energy, this trust in the magic, and that's the work I'm reminded again. Here's your 6, right? We've done that work of going within. The 6 is the Lovers, is that finding balance. The 6 is the Devil, looking within the shadows. The 6 is that balance that comes from that going within, that being willing to share. But perhaps you have been giving too much, and now the 6 is about you also being able to get, and maybe that, I'm just thinking of the 6-9 of Pisces, and we're going into Pisces, so maybe this Piscean time is bringing you emotional fulfillment and passion because of this work that you've done, this inner work that you've done. And that's not me saying you've done it so you're getting a reward. You are your reward. You are giving yourself that reward because you've done that inner work, Now, let me give a clarifier specifically for the 8 of Pentacles. Of course. That flew out. 2 of Fire. Okay. So, it's like, I feel like you've done a lot of work, and maybe you need a small break before you move in again to this next stage of building. You need to take a breath, and maybe that breath can be in just doing something unusual, maybe, because I feel like you've been working hard, right? You've been working, at this craft of yours, this thing that you're creating, this project, this you. You've been working hard on you. Now you need to take, the two of fires, that moment before the three of fire, before the ships come in. But it can be a moment of complacence. But what I'm seeing here with the 8 of coins, it's saying, I think it's more advice. It's saying, okay, just take a breather. Just take a breather. If you've been working too hard, take a breather. Take a mental breather, because you are probably going to be called on, firstly, to be discerning, to choose wisely, whatever it is. And it's going to require that dedication and commitment again. That's what I'm feeling with that. Now, let's get clarifiers to the whole reading for lovely reading today. That was in the reverse. For fire. Fire. The water. And fire. So I feel like you are worrying about stability, your 4 wands, and you get this in the reverse, because I think it's been a worry, and you've got it over I think you're going to stop worrying, and something's going to show itself to help you stop worrying. The Hijra of fire is the page of wands. So I'm feeling maybe it's again clarifying that you just need to take a break. Maybe you need to drink some tea. Have a little tea party. Last week I advised one group to have a tea party, and maybe it's the same group, maybe it's a different. Have tea parties with friends. Do something frivolous and fun. Maybe you are taking on too much, and or have taken on too much, and so with the 9 of fire, perhaps you need to also do the fun things so that you can continue on this journey. With the 9 of fire there, no, I was thinking that's a 9, but you're learning so much in this process. But I think your guidance is to do something frivolous every now and then when you feel overburdened, so that you can do this with the attention and love that it deserves, whatever this self-growth project, relationship that you're working on can get your full, beautiful and undivided attention, and so that you can make choices wisely. So if you need to do something frivolous, please do that. Don't be just work, or do, or fix myself, Very nice reading. Oh gosh, this card was in there. Maybe there will be fast movement. That's a card of communication. Let's see. That's an 8 as well. Let's get advice. These are good patterns, justice. So the advice, I feel, communications, trusting in justice, that like something is happening for you that's leading to justice. So continue to trust. With the 2 of feathers, I think that's again about that discernment. I'm getting it. First, there's a couple of things that are important. Journaling. That's what I'm seeing. Journaling is your tool of manifestation. In a way, it's mine. It really is mine. And I'm not talking magic. I'm talking about guidance. Guidance is listening to guidance. Being able to listen to guidance is the most powerful tool. And for me, the journal is the process that I use. Listening to Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I think that you need to trust that justice, balance, two is also about balance. There's some balance coming in with the world card, with the six of coins, with the wheel of fortune. Balance is coming in, beloveds. Please let me know how that worked out for you. Seek inner guidance through like writing. I feel like journaling is really important for everyone this week. And this balance coming in, I feel, even in your mind. And that's the part of Libra. And for me, they are talking to each other because that's an air sign, a card of the air, and that's a air sign representing an air sign. So there's this balance that's coming into your mind. And I feel that that is going to still you. And it's because of this huge change. We've got emotions, we've got the passion. Huge changes are happening in something passionate, and maybe what's happening is that that is going to bring you peace. That's really what I'm seeing there. And you know, with the sea cloud fossils, that's the Knight of Coins. It's about trusting your journey. Your journey might be a slow. It might be a slow one, but it is a steady one, beloveds. And it's because you are willing to do this time-honored, working with diligence, but working with realness, with authenticity. And you know what's coming to my mind now? I was watching this YouTuber who does art. I really liked her one thing. I did a tutorial and I created something really beautiful. And she is, and she was talking about your art, letting your authentic self show through. And I think there's something about the way you are working that is being true to yourself. So give yourself a break every now and then whenever you find yourself getting caught up. And just trust, keep on trusting. You are on the right path, I feel, and you are doing the right thing. And trust that you are being guided. Okay, beloved group 4, I hope that helps. I send you lots and lots of love for the week ahead. Please, if that resonated, please give me a like and a comment. Share with me what's going on for you. Share with like-minded souls and subscribe if you haven't. I send you lots of love. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye, group 4.